Good evening, Malaysia, and welcome to the Rise Talk Show. Again, we have an interesting discussion with a very interesting person. With a new leadership lineup officially steering the ship, Muda is trying to transition from a one-man phenomena into a mature, institutional political force. But they are doing this in an incredibly hostile environment, navigating electoral wipeouts, preparing for critical state polls, and forging three key new alliances under the IPR banner. Today, we are going to be stripping all that noise and looking at the cold, hard, new data and political realities of this party. Here to break it all down is Muda Vice President Leben Siddarth. Hi, brother.
Hi, brother. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank
Congratulations.
Thank you for having me on your show, and thank you.
Congratulations for getting the highest votes in Muda's recent election.
Yes.
That was quite delayed, isn't it?
It was delayed, but not because of Muda. We had some issues with ROS to actually change our constitution. Like any political party, when we first open a political party, we use something called vanilla constitution.
Okay.
So that has to be approved. After that, you need to sit down with proper constitution you have to formate.
Okay.
To get that approved, it took some time.
Okay.
So immediately after we got the ROS approval, we ran our elections.
Okay, nice. And you got the highest number of votes over there. How did you feel about that?
Actually, I was very humbled. And the thing is, you must understand one thing, Muda is a multiracial party. And we had, because it was our first elections, of course, because we go on CEC and also as per wakilan, right? So each bahagian will send 5 voters. So I was very happy that being an Indian, I got the highest vote. That proves that Muda doesn't look at skin color.
Okay.
Muda doesn't look at who are you connected with and everything. They give you an equal chance if you are hardworking within the party.
Okay, hang on. You said that you got the highest vote, but my next question is: Muda is a progressive, democratic, new guy in the block. You're gonna take away all that nasty old politics. You got the highest votes. How come you're not Muda president?
See, we follow CEC, and I was offered the presidency, but it was my personal choice because I've seen the tremendous work Amira has done being an interim president for Muda when Syed Saddiq stepped down, of course, and I think that she would be the right person to steer the party.
Okay. All right. So now let's talk about Muda a little bit. When Muda was formed back then, you guys were the innovative, new disruptors, just like how people are talking about Bersama today. We'll talk go to Bersama a little bit later. But today, obviously, things have changed a little bit. You guys aren't part of the government anymore. You guys are alienated from Pakatan Harapan, and your progressive base is today very confused. Why are you guys sitting with the opposition, who are very race-based? What is Muda's actual identity today? Are you guys still a progressive force? Are you guys just a tool for the opposition? Or are you guys just a young party going through some identity crisis?
Okay, let me break it down. Based on your first, when you posed the question, PH has alienated us. No, I would like to correct that. We came out from PH.
Okay.
See, when we went into PH, when we went into the first elections, 2022, if I'm not mistaken, the general elections, we had some caveats, we had some red lines, which we say because that time, it was an hung parliament, we had to make friends with people we don't like.
Okay.
So we had a certain red lines, which we said, if you do this, we will come out from the party. I would say for a young party, we had a better foresight at that time. And eventually, our red lines were crossed. So it was a difficult decision because we had a member of parliament, we had a state assembly woman, and coming out from a government, you must understand the implications are more bigger for Muda rather than PH, right?
Okay, that's
the
right.
fundings were cut and we were dragged down in the mud and everything. But we stood on our, we made a resolve that our progressive values, our identity should not be taken for granted.
Okay.
So we took the hard road.
Okay.
And coming back to your second question, why are we in opposition? Because in Malaysia, you only have government opposition.
Okay.
So the moment you're out of government, you have to sit on the opposition bloc.
Okay.
So when you sit in the opposition bloc, what do? You don't simply, we are a party which push for progressive values, political maturity.
Okay.
So in that sense, we need to talk to the oppositions as well. Instead of, each of us talking different topics, let's come together and talk for the betterment of the country. How do you now, what are the policies you want to fight for in parliament?
Okay.
So that is the only reason we are in opposition.
Okay, all right. So Muda back then was built all around the star celebrity that you guys have, Syed Saddiq. But of course, with the new elections, Syed Saddiq's no more there. Now you have Amira as your president, and of course you are the vice president. Now, let's be honest. Without Syed Saddiq, is Muda still Muda, that the star party that we used to have, or has Bersama taken your shine?
Okay. As a tall order, but anyways, let me answer to you. Let me break it down. The thing is, yes, Syed Saddiq was one of the co-founders.
Okay.
And
but he was the most famous known person.
He was very famous. But at the same time, Muda always believes in not a personality politics.
Okay.
So that's why when Syed Saddiq was, he went through his court case and everything, and he stepped down. You don't see that happening in any other legacy politics. They will stay on power.
Yeah.
But for us, we value the perception. For us, we need to practice what we preach. So that's why when Syed Saddiq stepped down, Amira immediately took over.
Okay.
And she navigated through a very tough period, if you know.
That's
and so what it shows is that even though Syed Saddiq has contributed a lot to the party, we are not dismissing it.
Okay.
But end of the day, Muda has the capacity to produce more Syed Saddiqs.
Okay.
So I think that is our crux. And in a democratic country, there might be a lot of new parties coming out, right? And we cannot dismiss anyone in the beginning itself.
Okay.
So how Bersama is going to evolve, it depends on what kind of policies they are going to put forth.
Okay.
Of course, in the beginning, when you open a new restaurant, everybody would like to go and dine there.
Okay.
But then sustaining it,
Okay. Okay.
So when Muda started, like what you said, we came as a disruptors.
Okay.
And 6 years later, we are still here.
Okay. All
So I
right.
hope every other new political party don't open parties for vengeance,
Okay.
but they open for the betterment of the people of Malaysia.
Okay. So now, as a VP of Muda, and we're going by the analogy of the restaurant, right? People don't just dine in that restaurant. Looks like Bersama actually copied entirely. In fact, the colors that you guys are wearing today are similar.
Okay.
I see Bersama's yellow today. I actually thought you just joined Bersama.
Okay, let me correct you. So then, we, of course, whenever Muda, people think that it's black and white, right?
Okay.
But we made a decision in 2023 when Amira took over. One of the things she wanted to do within the first 100 days was to rejuvenate the party and rebrand the party.
Okay.
And at that time, if you notice, there was no political party with the yellow color. There was one party, I can't remember the name, but I think they have already dissolved. And we went through a series of engagement with our members, our supporters. We did a bit of a roadshow, and we decided to rebrand the color from black to yellow.
Okay.
So our flags will be yellow. Of course, we still maintain the black.
Okay.
We still maintain the white.
Okay.
But for our political flags and colors, it will be yellow.
Oh.
And we did this in 2023.
Okay.
So I hope we inspired others for them to follow our footsteps. I would not say they copied us.
Okay.
Maybe they got inspired.
Okay.
I think that's a more politically right word to use.
But it's not just the color, of course. I look at Muda's website, right? And then I go to their policies and whatnot. It looks like, again, what Muda has spoken before.
Like I said, I'm happy that we are inspiring older politicians. So that is a win for us. But that said, I'm happy that there are more progressive parties coming up.
Okay.
Because if you look at all our manifestos, we call it our Kertas Hitam, right? And in our Kertas Hitam, people are following that. That means, for a young party, we had the foresight to curate policies which will benefit Malaysia, not now, maybe another 10 to 15 years down the road.
Okay, talking about young voters now. Obviously, Muda worked a lot on the segment, right? Muda being Muda, you guys brought in, or worked with Undi 18 to bring in the Undi 18 votes and all that stuff. But came election time, a lot of the youth votes swung towards Perikatan Nasional.
Yes.
How come the youth abandoned the youth-based party, Muda?
Okay, so of course, if you look at Undi 18 time, I think in 2022, there was a lot of things were on social media.
Okay.
Right. For a party which was, I think at that time we were 2-year-old, and being 2-year-old, we don't have much resources.
Okay.
So it was a money game. A lot of political party played. They heavily invested on social media,
Okay.
TikTok campaigns,
Okay.
TikTok narratives,
Okay.
and the young. I believe personally that is one of the main reasons. But can that be replicated now? Because those who voted at 18-year-old will be 20-something-year-old. They would have already entered the workforce. They would know what they have done. So it is. I would say that Muda at that time, we did not have the resources.
Okay.
We were organically growing on
Okay.
social media and everything. So right now our voter base has evolved,
Okay.
and we have a lot of young people supporting. We have a lot of young people. In fact, we have a very young person in our CEC itself. At 21, he's a CEC member.
Oh.
So can you imagine contesting in party election at 21 and winning? So the acceptance of young people. So for us, if you want the young people's vote, you need to give them the room in your party
Okay.
for them to be the voice.
Yeah.
So that is, so come May, the general elections, we have to see. But in fact, Johor elections is coming. As far as I know, there's I think 35% increase in voters below the age of 30.
Oh.
So whichever party wins the youth vote might be the winners, biggest winners in Negeri Sembilan and Johor lah.
Okay, we'll come into the election a bit later, but before that, I want to go back into Syed Saddiq.
Okay.
Where is Syed Saddiq now? Is he still in Muda? What is his status?
He's a member of Muda. He's a member of Parliament.
Of
He
course.
sits under the Muda banner. He still voices and champion whatever Muda put forth. Of course, we have one voice in Parliament, and that voice is Syed Saddiq.
Okay.
And we do understand he has done a tremendous job in Muar, being a celebrity. Of course, he has to fundraise on his own.
Okay.
If at all the government is kind enough to allocate some funds, I don't think he would have chose this path lah.
Okay.
But that being said, Syed Saddiq is still Syed Saddiq. He still cares for the people of Muar.
Okay.
I think he has fundraised more than 6-7 million right now.
Okay.
And he is very much Muda.
Okay.
But of course, we have to respect his decision to step down from the leadership.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that he's not a part of Muda.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why he stepped down, is that got to do with the case that is currently going on?
Yes, because he wanted. We had a long discussion. That time he was the president.
Okay.
We had a long discussion around it, and we thought that is the right example you need to set in Malaysia.
Okay.
If we want to talk about good governance, then good governance should start from your party.
Okay.
Not come into power and go into government and say you want to do a good governance. No, it
Okay.
doesn't work that way.
But why? How come you guys are not confident? Like you guys said, he was proved innocent in appeal court. Obviously, now he's going to federal court. He has a case to go. But since he's been proven innocent and he knows he's innocent, he could have just stood for CEC and just
so
become
that is the
president
thing.
again.
See what kind of message we will be putting out there. That of course we have 3 courts in Malaysia. High Court found him guilty. Court of Appeal found him innocent.
Yep.
Then we are in federal court. The case is not over yet.
Okay.
Right. Unfortunately, the timing is such that CEC has to be done.
Okay.
So of course he is, like I said, he's still a member of Parliament of Muda. So let him go and settle his case.
Okay.
Come back clean. He will still be able to come back into the folds in Muda.
Okay, come back clean. Let's go there. All right. What do you guys think? What does Muda think about Syed Saddiq's case? Do you think he's getting played out in this case, or what?
It's very unfortunate what has happened to him.
Okay.
But I think it was clearly spelled out in Court of Appeal.
Okay.
If you read the written judgment by Court of Appeal, then you know how messy the entire case was to begin with. But end of the day, we believe in the rule of law.
Okay.
And we still believe in the justice system in Malaysia. So that's why we are very confident that we have put forth, he and his legal team has put forth the best case, and we think that it will be towards Syed Saddiq.
Okay.
But end of the day, we are still, we need to be careful.
Okay, but just having this talk, right? To put it in simple terms, the money went on the case. The money just simply went from the party's account to his bank account, right? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that simply prove that the money just actually being taken? Isn't that wrong?
So that's the general misconception about his case. Okay, that is what was shared in social media and everything. If you realize, when Syed Saddiq's High Court case, there was a caveat that he cannot talk about his case.
Okay.
You know, I think the DPP was very serious about it, and then when his team was talking about the case, when we wanted to explain to the general public, we couldn't.
Okay.
Right? So that is the perception game which happened at that point of time.
Okay.
But in Syed Saddiq's case, party money never went into his account.
Okay.
He fundraised on his own.
Okay.
He used an intermediary account to collect those funds.
Which was
Because if you-
Armada Bersatu, isn't it?
ABBE, which was nothing to do with Bersatu. It was-
Armada Bersatu is not
yeah,
Bersatu?
It was not Bersatu.
What is it then?
It was a company account created
Okay.
by one of the Bersatu members at that time who was using it for his business purposes.
Okay.
It has nothing to do, it was already proven in court.
Okay. It is not the party's account.
No, it was not.
It is just a similarly named account.
Account.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I said I would invite all your listeners. You can get the written judgment.
Okay.
It is really mind-opening. It
Okay.
is a very long, well-written judgment by Court of Appeal. That would actually give a lot of, because we earlier we spoke to another personnel also.
Yeah.
The general misconception is still out there
Yeah,
that
of
he
course.
took party money. It has clearly been proven in Court of Appeal that it was not party money. It was a money fundraised for all the purposes for him to use for his election. back
Okay.
then. If you know, that time Bersatu was not registered.
Oh.
When
Oh, is
Bersatu,
it?
yeah, Bersatu was not registered.
Okay. Oh,
If you
didn't know
remember
that.
very clearly,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they opened Bersatu, it was not registered. They couldn't even open a party account.
Oh, I see.
So how does this then?
Okay.
Um,
How come you guys have never explored to communicate this out
We
to the
have
public?
done.
Okay.
People can go to Perikatan Muda podcast, and
Okay.
there's a special segment on this, which was done immediately after the High Court
Okay.
verdict.
Oh, I see. All right. That's good. Let's go a little bit more about the new team. I always feel that the timing for you guys are unfortunate. You just took over a party, and immediately, boom, 2 elections are called.
Yeah.
Johor State election and also Negeri Sembilan. And there's also major instability where your partners, when we call partners, do you call them partners? IPR?
IPR actually is a loose coalition. lah.
Okay. Partners, no?
No, I would not say partners.
Okay.
We only have an electoral pact with PSM.
Okay.
And
Can we call them partners?
for PSM, we can call them electoral partners.
Okay. All right. Partners. Right. Okay.
So, and we have, I would say, just an working arrangements with Pejuang,
Okay.
where we talk about, if you notice, we have issued out certain statements,
Okay.
statements which has to be agreed upon both parties.
Okay.
Similarly to with PSM also,
Okay.
issues which we think we should champion for the people.
Okay. Is Muda part of that the circle of PN, IPR still?
Okay, we are not part of PN. I
Okay.
can say that for sure.
okay.
We
But you guys work closely with the PN coalition.
yes
Through IPR.
No, I would say that because you see, when IPR was called, it was to bring together all the opposition parties, the
Okay.
minor parties. I think
Okay.
PSM also was invited at that point of time, and the whole purpose of IPR is for opposition parties to talk more about issues at Parliament
Okay.
or outside there.
Okay.
You know, to have the same level of synergy to talk about issues
Okay.
rather than talking about other things, right?
Okay.
So that is the only reason Muda felt that being in an opposition bench, we should be a part of it and talk about it.
Okay.
Whether we have any political agreement, whether we have, no, we don't have.
Okay. All right. But of course, you can choose to be part of IPR or not. PSM did not join IPR.
Yeah, PSM was there in the first one, and
Subsequently, they didn't come in.
So, but if you notice, even in IPR, some of the statements and everything Muda will be omitted. We will only agree because every statements, every decisions, you need to get our approval.
Okay.
So if it is, like I said, issues pertaining to the governance or the people's issue, then we will put our name there. If not, we will be out. So if
Okay.
you look back at the statements, lah.
All right, cool. So now let's go back to the elections. Are you guys will be doing an electoral pact to stand together with IPR? I'm asking this because I saw some statement that you guys are exploring things with Bersama, which is not part of the IPR group.
Okay.
So where does your loyalty lies? Is it IPR? Is it something new with Bersama? Or
Okay.
And what happened to PSM?
Okay, let me tell you this very clearly, lah. Muda has always been a progressive party.
Okay.
And one of the progressive values you need to have in order for you to have a good government is that you need to have a proper political maturity.
Okay.
So when you ask us where our loyalty lies, our loyalty lies with whoever who is willing to come on board and talk about progressive values for Malaysia, right? That said, like I mentioned earlier, we do have a electoral pact with PSM. We have already announced 2-3 statements using PSM together for Johor, and I don't know where you got your statement that we are exploring with Bersama.
From what I read online.
We actually openly invited every progressive party to be on board to go into elections.
Not just Bersama.
Not just Bersama.
Okay.
So that is one. And in Johor, we do have an electoral pact with PSM.
Okay.
And tomorrow we will be issuing a statement
Okay.
together with PSM.
All right.
At the same, we will be working with every other political parties who believe in progressive values.
Okay.
Simply put lah.
Okay. Will you guys be contesting as well?
Yeah, we will be contesting. We already mentioned we will
Okay.
be contesting, and we will be making our announcement after the 20th.
Okay. And this will be probably under the Muda banner, I suppose?
We have always been in Muda banner. Even
Okay.
back in 2022,
Okay.
Johor first elections, even though we were part of PH,
Okay.
we used Muda. Then general elections, we used Muda. 6th state elections, also we used our own banner.
Okay.
Likewise for this, Johor and Negeri Sembilan, we will use our own banner.
Okay. Are you guys going to be standing in all the seats?
No, we will be realistic. For a young party with limited resources, we will make we will be contesting in key positions in
Okay.
Johor. I would say
Okay.
that.
I'm sure you guys will be defending your main
Of course, we will be defending Puteri Wangsa.
Puteri Wangsa. All right. So, assuming you guys are going to be standing in Puteri Wangsa again, obviously defending in that space, we know the big coalition is going to come in. So we have Barisan Nasional going to be contesting there. We have PN is going to be contesting there. Probably Wawasan, PAS, whatever it is, right? There's too many coming up in one very short time frame.
Democratic festival lah.
Okay. All right. Do you guys have enough foot soldiers to basically bring in the missionaries?
We do. I would say that apart from whether we have the missionaries or not, Amira Aisha has done a tremendous job
Okay.
the past 4.5 years.
Okay.
And it's very obvious whenever she goes down to meet the people, whenever she has the programs, she has managed to capture both the Chinese votes, the Indian votes, and the Malay votes
Okay.
in Puteri Wangsa.
Okay.
But come May what, whether we win or we lose in Puteri Wangsa, that doesn't mean that that is the end of us in Puteri Wangsa.
Okay.
You know, in a political elections or democratic process, anything might happen.
Okay.
Right. So we are very confident that Puteri Wangsa will once again see an assembly woman from Muda.
Okay.
But we are also very realistic. So that's why our missionaries are fully concentrated in Johor at this point of time.
Okay. Which coalition is your biggest trouble?
Can
We
I
have
be
BN,
ve-
we have
can I-
PN,
yeah,
we
can I
have
be
PH.
very frank with you?
Okay.
I personally, I don't think I am worried about coalitions.
No.
I am worried about political cynicism among the people right now.
Okay.
To be very frank with you, people are tired of elections. People are tired of political parties coming and promising heaven and earth and not delivering it.
Okay.
So I think building that trust, earning that trust among voters will be our biggest challenge than fighting with any other coalition.
Okay. But what can a minority party promise to people, knowing that you guys cannot deliver it on your own? You have to be part of one of the coalitions, isn't it? But you guys are not part of any of these coalitions. So how are you going to stand independently and deliver promises to people?
So you see, in any government, you need to have a proper opposition. Whether we be government or we are going to be opposition, end of the day, we need to stand firm on our principles and what we are fighting for. Let's say we have one MP in Parliament right now, but we successfully brought down the URA. You know, Syed Saddiq was very outspoken about it, and we managed to bring that. Even that time, PN was not talking about it. It was
Okay.
only one MP
Yeah.
who managed to stop the entire Urban Renewal Act.
Okay.
So imagine we having 2 or 3 more.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how we look at it.
Okay.
For Johor, Amira Aisha being one person from Muda, managed to get the climate change bill, tagging bill.
Okay.
So these are the things we are very proud of, And we know that whoever comes under Muda's banner, that's why we are very stringent in how we select a candidate and the political training they have to attend within Muda. So we know that when we put candidates, we are not just putting candidates for the sake of winning.
Okay.
We are putting candidates who will make sure that they be the voice and they bring the progressive values of Muda to the state assembly or the parliament.
Okay, all right. Now, there was talk, and if I'm wrong, please tell me, that at one point Bersama was supposed to be part or absorbed into Muda, right? Maybe this is just stories from the grapevine. Was that true?
No, definitely not.
No, never.
We found out about Bersama when you guys found out about Bersama.
Oh, I see.
So it was, I think it was...
But there was a bunch of Muda people that was part of Bersama even, isn't it? Were you guys exploring synergies with Bersama even from the very start?
Because it was an open invitation for everyone, and some of our members, senior members also attended the launch. Of course, curiosity kills the cat, right? But then again, they were there as observers, not as bringing any affiliation from Muda to them.
Okay, all right. So on the other hand, there is also a new evolution happening with a party called partiwawasannasional, headed by Datuk Sri Hamzah, which is currently being openly supported by PAS. Are you guys seeing any kind of collaboration that you guys can do over that side? It's a multiracial party, isn't it?
So they claim lah, but you wanted me to be frank, but then again, like I said, and we are very, very, I think the entire Bureau Politik Muda as well as the CEC of Muda, we are very open to any political parties who believes in progressive values, who share the same ideology and aspirations as Muda. We will definitely work with them.
So they have to come and basically pick at you guys lah, not the other way around.
Yes, I mean, if they would like to work with us, I think our doors are always open.
So will Muda consider either Bersama or say Parti Wawasan?
Like I said, if they check all the checklists, then we might lah.
All right.
But I don't know what is there because they are a very new party. We don't know what is their manifesto. We don't know what are they fighting for. In fact, looking at their launch, it's a bit confusing for a multiracial party, but like I said, it's a democratic country, and we respect every other political parties out there.
I mean, if you can accept DAP calling themselves multiracial, but being of course Chinese denominated, and of course PK the same as well. What's wrong with Wawasan?
I have nothing against Wawasan, but I am eager to know what are they going to bring about lah. Because yesterday was the launch. I think nothing much has been said about their manifesto, so their aspirations. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
All right, talking about manifesto then, what is Muda's manifesto going into the elections?
For Johor, we are going to look at three key issues. One is reforms, one is cost of living, economic, and the other one would be climate change, which is very local for Johor at this point of time. I think, I know you are a very good follower of Muda. You look at all our videos. We have been talking about a lot of climate change issues in Johor, which is affecting the locals. With the emergence of data centers, with the floods happening constantly in Johor. That will be one of our key points. Of course, cost of living, Amira has already spoken about it in Parliament. And our core would be institutional reform and good governance. So these are the things which we are looking at. And don't worry, our manifesto will be launched on the 20th of June. So let's keep it a bit suspense for your viewers.
How about Negeri Sembilan? Are you guys going to be contesting?
We will be contesting in Negeri Sembilan
as well. All right, interesting. Now I want to ask, let's just say you guys go into this election. Before we go into the elections, just push back a little bit. I've seen some videos online, right? I've even asked this to Siva, Dr. Siva before, and I want to basically ask you this as well. There's a lot of people who go on TikTok that says that, hey, Muda has good ideals, good policies, good visions. The candidates will come in during elections. They'll do some pretty fancy videos, but once the election is over, they're missing. Why is it like that? Are you guys there only for the short bit of elections and then go missing when you guys lose?
Not really. I think since you brought up the name, I think Dr. Siva, he contested in KKP and he has done a tremendous job in KKP. And for a young party where we put in young politicians there, some of them do go and visit. But unfortunately, in Malaysia, political maturity is nowhere to be seen. That's why you see people fighting with each other. If you open the social media, it is never about policies, right? It's about personal attacks. So our candidates, even some of them are visiting, are doing some jobs there. But of course, whoever holds the office there would be more shining. They will be more prominent on social media. So whatever good work's done, like Dr. Siva's work, he has been publishing his work. But of course, media will not pick up that. Right? So it is unfair to say our members are not down on the ground doing their job. They have been doing, and I hope that they get the limelight when we have a very unbiased media.
Alright, but let's just go back there. Muda is a youth-based party, and you see always in other political parties, right? The youth wings are usually way much more bolder. They go out there, they come up with all these bold statements, they go into street protests and all those things. But Muda does not seem to be doing all that, especially now going towards elections. Do we think we'll see changes there, or are we still going to see a Muda being on podcasts and TikToks and just that alone?
I think Muda has been the forefront of protest, bro. I think maybe you should check us out more on our social media. I think from the Tangkap Asam Baki 1.0 to Mana Kapal Selam, LCS, so many more. I can just list down because protest is what identify Muda as well. So why, when you compare, we don't have a youth wing, we don't have a women wing, we treat everyone equally. There's no point you have a youth wing who goes out and gives out a statement but then kowtow to your party seniors and don't do any other action. We don't do that. We are not empty vessels, unfortunately. So when we go down to protest, we are very direct. These are the statements. If you look at Tangkap Asam Baki 2.0 also, we were very much in numbers from 1.0 to 2.0. We have been very constant. 1.0, we had a lot of other people there. Currently they are in government and they just ignore. If you look at LCS, a lot of government people were there, PH was there. Right now they are very quiet. And for Muda, we don't. We are very bold. We have issued a lot of statements. But at the end of the day, we do believe in good governance. We do believe in progressive values. We will not personally attack anyone. You can never see an article or a statement from Muda personally attacking anyone. Because we believe that if you want to have good governance, if you need to have good progressive values, it should start from you. No point you now behave like the dinosaurs in politics and then say you are a youth party. It doesn't work that way, right? So when we go down to protest also, we are very clear. These are the issues. In Asam Baki's this one, we were very clear. Take action. Until now, even recently, Amira just issued a video also. We are supposed to get a report 1 month. Our communication minister, I think, is having some kind of amnesia. There's no reports coming out. So with all that said, Muda will be Muda. We will be fighting for issues for the people of Malaysia. Not for the benefit of our personal reasons.
Alright. Obviously, state elections coming in means that we'll soon see general elections coming in as well. Do you think this time around you'll see a lot more support for Muda from the youth or from the younger general Malaysians?
I believe we might. The reason, like I said earlier itself, the fatigue is very clear. The people are very upset. We have been having elections after elections after elections, less than 5 years. Right? If you look at Negeri Sembilan, they never even complete 2.5 years. They're already back in elections. So what does that say to the young generation? Whether they can trust this entire thing? So this is where we want to position ourselves as progressive values, and we want to talk about issues affecting the youth. Right? So we hope that the younger generations are already matured enough to make an informed decision come the state elections, and that will actually catapult into the general elections as well.
If, for example, you guys lose Wangsa, right? What is it called?
Puteri
Wangsa. Does that mean the end of Muda, for example? Because that's where your president is standing, isn't it?
So if you look back in 2023, one of the 6 state elections, we lost in all the seats we contested. There was a lot of political pundits, analysts said that that's the end of Muda. 3 years down the road, we are still strong as ever. We have a new CEC, we have a new Bureau Politic, we have even the first women president of a national mainstream political party. And that doesn't mean whether we win or lose in Putri Wangsa, that's not the end of Muda. That will be the beginning of a new era.
And talking about new era as well, this is also your first time coming as VP, right? What is going to be your personal aspirations for these particular elections?
These elections, I would really love to see every other political party, instead of going on personal vendetta, promising heaven and earth, they come up with progressive values, good policies, policies which will actually benefit the people, not benefit your electoral votes. So that is my inspiration. I hope that we have more younger candidates. We need to get more younger voices, whether it's from Muda or any other political parties. I hope younger candidates are given a chance where they can then bring more progressive values to the country.
Will we see you going into the elections as well as a candidate?
So I have this term called Insha Vishnu. So I would like to say Insha Vishnu.
Insha Vishnu. All right. All right. That's cool. That's interesting. I think you gave me very good answers about Muda, which I didn't expect. A very mature answer as well.
Well, I was the info chief of Muda before this, before being a VP.
No wonder. But I think Muda is doing a pretty awesome job. I did see obviously your work with Azam Baki, and finally Azam Baki is finally out. So that I will say is basically a win.
We have been very constant. All our messaging have been very constant. If you look at from 2021 till now, we have never gone back on any of our principles. Which is very difficult. Being in a political party, people call us very idealistic. We are pragmatic at times, but then again, like I said, we will never sell ourselves short when it comes to our principle. So it's going to be a tough road ahead, but maybe now that 10 years down the road, we will see the Malaysia we all want to see.
Interesting.
And maybe Sudan will be a part of Muda.
So
we would.
You never know.
We never know.
We'll never know.
Like I said, our doors are always open.
All right, Leben. Final message to all our audience, please.
So, guys, thank you for having me. Sudan, thank you for having me. And apart from me, there are a lot of more people like me in Muda, and get to know us. This Johor elections and Negeri Sembilan elections will be your chance to make a decision where you want to see progressive young parties making inroads in state assemblies. I hope all of you who are supposed to come down and vote, make your time and come down to vote. The voting dates are already clear. And if you would like to be a part of Muda's growth in Negeri Sembilan and Johor, we are also having our fundraising dinner, which is on the 21st of June, which will be on all our socials, on Parti Muda social accounts. Please do follow us, please do support. Malaysia needs all of your support, not corporate support. Thank you.
Leben, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I really enjoy having conversation with you. While today we had a safe one, the next time this is going to be much more in depth.
Looking forward for it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
So that's it. This is Leben from Muda. I think today we get to know the more mature, more informed version of Muda. We can see that Muda, while they might be very idealistic, but they're also very pragmatic with their values and with what they want to achieve in politics. So what do you think about Muda and with Leben's answers today? Please put it in comments. We'd like to hear from you. With that said, please do also subscribe to the Rise Talk Show. You can also basically find us as well in multiple platforms. We are in Instagram, we are in Spotify, we are in TikTok as well. So please click the subscribe button. Please follow us for future episodes as well. So with that, thank you guys. Good day.